Hello everyone, did another video. Found RVA versus the mighty Cal. See how this goes. Been a while since I've done a 1v1 coverage, I think. I like to do them now and again because it's the real spirit of the game rather than the team games. So, we've got Cal as the Empire and RVA as the Republic here. Desert being the map. Food situation, average, low average, 2 lures and some Eopies. Both players quite sensible so far. No outrageous decisions. RVA managing to lure his hunt a bit quicker than Cal, so he'll be ahead in food here. Speed up a wee bit. Get through this slog of an early game. Seems to be a lot of pausing for these two as well. They've both got decent Eopies, like if you wanted to eat them. Although Cal's is guarded by this Jawa who could come and lay the smack down on a couple of workers. Let me start going over here. Toronto into the dewback, bit of a vicious housing there for RVA, and then a very angry second prefab shelters laid down. I think Cal might be pulling ahead a little bit because RVA's got a lot on carbon. Cal's set up his food processor a bit quicker. You can see that RVA's now taking his, but he's a little bit late because if you think about it, all this food's been gathered already. Probably like a 200 food lead, yeah. And then he's getting his farms down now. RVA at the same time getting his food, his farms. Maybe with the whole farming mechanic he might catch up a little bit, I'm not too sure. I do think that Cal will be just a bit ahead. Second carbon processor. For both players, it's very fair. Because you can't go T2 you can't justify Mounties because you don't have any nerfs or nursery. So that's okay. There's probably enough food income now to hit the 500 mark, hit that breakpoint and go T2. So if we look at the base layouts, I would say that Cal has a much easier time defending his base when they're trooping. It's because this can be walled quite easily and like with a bit of space to put farms down. And then he's got the edge of the map here as well. I guess RVA does have that in a sense, but his CC is just... If Cal's is sort of like here in comparison, RVA's is all the way over here. This is quite a good wall off. It's a lot of terrain to slow troops down. But there's lots of hills as well around the base, which is a problem. Because most of the time when you're on the defence you're reacting rather than being proactive. So you're reacting to where the units are, and if the units are, well, where the units are is on top of a hill, then they're going to get the bonuses from that. 2 troop centres before power core. Rare. It's probably the better way to be doing things, because you can at least build some troops. Because you're going to have extra carbon during the building time. All the Eopi's gone. He survived this Jawa. It's not gone for him. So now it's just a little bit of a boring period while people go T2. And to be honest, in this one you could probably have just straight up T3'd. Maybe the map's a bit dickish. Anyway, that's not too far of a walking distance. If you're both trooping in this instance, you can just sit and get all your economic upgrades. You can just take it slow, right, and add on farms and start extending walls, like Carl's doing here. Are they doing the same? Sentry post? He's not going to have the ore. His ore is so exposed as well. 2 sentry posts. I'm going to assume he's just not going to be aggressive at all. Cal's the kind of player that'll walk big like groups of troops like dive into your carbon line. You kind of want 2 turrets against them, just so you can actually be assertive and move out on the map. Because he doesn't often like split his troops into like different control groups and try to pick you apart. He will just try and go for like a big oneer. Good walls though, because then he can just sit on top of this hill. Could just rally here. They're not really scouting each other though, I don't think. They're kind of just both chilling, building up troops, not wanting to attack, not wanting to make the first move or anything like that. RVA's falling behind here in farms. As we now hit 20 minutes, that's about when you start to go into Nova and you're looking to have enough farms to get you up to the 800 food mark. RVA's managed to sneak in here. Pick up 2 workers. It's not awful, it's something. He loses those, but it doesn't look like Cal wants to counter attack or anything. I think both of them are just going to go T3. Actually, a little bit boring. So much walling. No turrets either, just walls. They're both going to meet out in the middle of the map, but RVA's actually got more troops. Cal's just not been building them, he's just building all these farms. So he's just going to lose this and then hide behind his walls. I don't think RVA fully grasped that it's going to be completely walled, is he? There's still 4 troops queued. Because he kind of just needs to rush to T3 now, because that's what Cal will be doing soon enough. Just forget what I said, he's just going to put down a 3rd troop centre. I don't understand. I don't understand this game, guys. It's being played on a level I can't comprehend. I will be honest, this is like from 2013, so I'm sure both players have come a long way since then in their understanding. You could describe it as 2 people that at this point in time are not too confident about facing one another in a 1v1. It's very tentative. Interesting to see though. The food surplus is starting to hit that mark, so I'll be able to press the button in a second. So Cal's about to press the button as well. Very even despite all the little quirks and shenanigans in this game. 48 workers to 51. So that's almost about the difference of what he killed during this first attack. So Cal's going to send his troops over, try and do some sort of damage. We've got this lone trooper who's just guarding the border here. Looks like RVA's almost going to desert a gap here. Every fucking time. You knew it was coming. These guys in their box formation. Wandering in, no turrets. It should be T3 soon. So what you could do here is make like 2 prefab shells. Well, just 1 here. You could have made that and slowed them down. The civilians here wouldn't be getting gunned down in a second if that's the case. These went, there's more. Don't know what these boys were up to. Even then, they still not come forward. Bit of a panic melee maybe from the workers. The troopers are failing now. It's held. No workers lost. He should have gunned a couple of down. Right. So he's got this hole in the base. He's sending out the strikes, but remember, he is fully walled. I don't think there's... No, there's not really any avenues. Unless we're going to witness another magic wall situation like we did here. The strikes are going to... East Republic as well. It just needs to hop straight into the fighters. It's surprisingly MDs. Alright, so Cal's built more troopers. Upgraded them at heavy. I'm just going to look to just push with MDs and troopers. Pretty decent. Countered by air. If we could just see some air. There we go. It's kind of weird to see RVA play and not have air. I mean, this is technically, it's not really, because normally in a 1v1 as well, like you build at least one airbase, right? Because you just try, like if it's even like this, you just want to force your opponent to overreact for just the guaranteed damage there, like building turrets and such. Wow. When you try so hard. Walls, guys. Walls. So he's going to get in here and do some damage. Should be able to one-tap the max. Fighters are building. A couple of fighters and a bomber. Clear it up. Just have to sack this side of the base just now. He's got some anti-air troopers to defend, which is fine. It's only one air base, so there's no, you're not really going to out-micro these guys. You're not going to have the numbers to do so. You're going to lose some MDs for free. They don't need to be lost. Escapes back through this perfect wall. Right, 2 airbase now. It's good. No CCs though. Any from Cal? None. Both players doing the one base challenge. There we go. I'm just wondering if Cal maybe should have brought a fort with him here. You kind of like, he's so dead if a fort goes up here. One, it's on a hill. See, it covers your Nova, your ore, and then your other ore is locked out here as well. That's grim. Probably wouldn't get it up though with the fighters. Couple of workers being shot, which actually means quite a bit at the moment because you're only on one command center. It's 2 workers at a time versus a negative if you're losing workers. Another attack being launched. RV's not playing greedy or anything either, he's got plenty of units out. He's still not fixed the wall. It's annoying because they'll come through here and be on top of a hill as well. Get the bonuses. No micro. 2 MDs lost before he's reacted. Oh, there's a lot of workers here. I just wonder don't know if he's trying to go like T4 or something, but... Just wondering where like the killing blow is here, because like if you get on top of your opponent like that and you get on top of their production as such, just bring a fort. There's not really much units being rallied over as well to support it, so slowly you lose the forces, I would have thought. Not much command centers being, but just the one. Eco's kind of getting mismanaged. And he's retreating off here rather than lose the units, which is a good move. Good snipe this one. Air looking for... It's going to catch him building this command center. Maybe. I would have thought. Perhaps. No. Good if he did. I wonder if there's a psychological aspect for Cal here that he's sort of walled himself out of the map. Because he's so slow to get command centers out and grab up the resources, because look at the Nova he's got over here, or... RVA still stockpiling lots of food, lots of carbon. Some really lazy farming. I like it. Big force of troopers and mechs again. I mean, if you just have enough fighters, this loses. I think at this point in the game you should have AA mobiles and a forward. That's really bad. He's trying to forward here with not enough units. Oh, good snipes though. Do it again? No. The micro has left his body. Oh, he got the fort up though. Why would you let that happen? Oh. The tables have turned. How will Cal deal with a fort? Tripled GG. Couple of strikes to harass. Building some extra mech factories. It's not what he needs to kill the fort though. What he could do is get a big group of strike mechs and then just run into the eco and then just hold this with MDs. So he's rallying his MDs to their deaths. The weak point of his wall, the parts that have built the houses. It's like RVA missing an attack upgrade. Got everything else. Some units at home. Maybe worried about the strike mechs. He's keeping a little bit. These command centres that he's trying to build on the outskirts getting caught by the air advantage now. So it's slowly turning into a bit of a contain here for RVA. Behind in score and like maybe workers. 68. 95. So he's got like 30 workers he's behind. But he's got the map control. Build another fort. Farm police right here. Maybe A bit overquick. Is he gonna get the fort up though? Actually, I don't rate losing all these units though when you're this far behind. Cal's just dealing this in a really awkward way, like he's building his own fort, a research center. I'm just gonna try and go T. Is he T4? No. God, he's got so much money and he just doesn't spend it. I've seen this in previous games of him. Let's get some pummels or some artillery. Getting zoned out of all this Nova. These guys gonna go and try and get this command center. This guy is gonna catch. The two forts are going to give RVA plenty of time to catch up in this game, I think. Finally a heavy weapons factory that's not actually powered. I did get this up. Some strikes will shut this down though. Awkward for the units to get over there, with forts and stuff in the distance. He's going to run out of carbon maybe. Forget that, he's got a good spot over here. I suppose he got spots in his walls as well. Third fort! Ah, this is gaming. You know, I thought this was going to be a really boring game, but it's getting interesting. Ah! Yes, that's the response. Bash it down with your workers. I'm watching someone who's got a complete advantage. Most of the game just die to forts. Just doesn't seem to know what to do. There's a cannon, it's just built on the front of the fort, not protect. Like, it could be sniped right, it could be dead. It could be dead right now with these units. And this is his only, like, out for killing these forts, is the cannons he's going to build from this fort. Because that's still unpowered. Another one built unsafely at the front of the fort. It can actually be shot by the fort as well. Shield generator and another fort being built. Air coming here, but you just need to send your strikes. Is he gonna go T4? Sending more workers over to maintain the contain. There we go. What am I watching? He's still in T3 as well. Cal's just got no confidence here to move out with his units or do anything proactive. It's almost like he's having a bit of a internal breakdown at the moment, wondering how he's losing this game. Because when he gets T4, he's going to have the T4 air now as well. There's a lot of cannons out. But the amount of units that, if he gets T4 air, you can't protect his units from it. There's not even HP upgrades for the mech destroyers. There's not a lot of them. Most of the army's repeater troopers as well. He's still sitting on tons of resources. Got loads of AA over here. He should bring to his army. Right. They've got to kill this fort. And that one that was in front of it. They contain, but RVA will hit T4. This guy's air. positioned over here and waiting. I need to get some cannons over to deal with this fort, and then this one. Are you for real? Upgrade your air. Oh, come on. How could you justify doing this against someone that's got air? I don't know what bothers me more about it, the fact that he's doing it or the fact that it's seemingly going to get some kills. There we go. No shields though. God, this fort's still alive. He's repairing it. How many mechs have just died? Just to the fort. Which baffles me, because he has like 5 cannons. Then these guys are just dying for free. Chasing some workers. Heavy mech destroyers around. How one man shut down a CC. Cut off this ore. No more forts. It's a really messy game. But I do think it favours RVA. It's got more tenacity. It's got more will to rebuild and handle it. We're not seeing any of the good Empire upgrades on the mechs either, so he doesn't even have an advantage in these instances. All he's really got here is plus attack. I'd like to see the air have shields and do more. It's on the way, because he doesn't have advanced turrets either. Then all he has to do is just decimate the eco and then win by attrition with this army. These cannons just chilling. Should be over here. Oh, I got advanced turrets, that's good for him. Don't think he needed the second one though. Better spent like on his farms or something. Or with his army pushing up. Yeah, if he built a turret with us, like, he'd be fine. He's certainly got the superior numbers. These guys are just dying like there's nothing other. The air going in, trying to do some damage. Maybe it's too late. Another turret. God damn. How much ore did he manage to mine? It's looking like Cal might have persevered here. Some panic grenadiers, they're not really gonna stop these guys. Just a numbers game. It's got some eco out here, but not really too much. I suppose there's no anti-air. So the fighters will slowly whittle these down. Harvey is absolutely dirt poor though. And he's so behind in workers now. 60 to 119. Cannons coming out. He needs to snipe the cannons. Ugh. Redistribute yourselves, lads. cannon. So we must get some MDs out, but... Where's the upgrades? Like, these guys could have almost 100 extra health. Like, each and every one of them. Right, I think Cal really pulls ahead now. Got all his workers out, they're all mining. Getting all this Nova now as well, so maybe we'll get those upgrades. There we go. 225 health. Here's another one. Oh, there's a ton of holocrons on the map as well that RVA could have grabbed up. I reckon if he'd gotten those, he could have gotten like Jedis out as well. Which really would have helped this contain strategy. I give him an alternative way to kill cannons and stuff. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of workers here, but it's a huge deficit to conquer just with worker kills. And this army marching across to do the final blow here. He's managed to mine this ore over here to build this one last fort. Still 2 cannons up here that he's never used. I need to bring those over. You could just walk past the fort into the base. He's got the numbers to do it. Pull him back. Could absolutely afford the automobiles as well. Be so much better. Another turret. Let's be out of ore now. Yeah. So what is Cal's phobia against winning the game? Just walk in. Just giving him chances to build up a counter. You're looking for more kills, but there's nothing on this side of the map for him. Everything's here. Like these 2 spots are his eco. Well, that's the end of the game apparently. It stings a bit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think RVA is gonna win this game anyway. I'm gonna have to award this one to Cal. Cal has seen through the smokescreen of forts, and he's just walked up to the army, and he killed it. I think RVA could have won the game. When his forts were up and he hit T4 if he just prioritised the air over the like heavy mech upgrade and struck before he got all these advanced turrets and such. Evened out the worker count a little bit and then just abused the air. Could have picked up the hollows as well. Tons of Novas. Got some Jedi out and then it would have been really difficult for one Fort Larry to deal with. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this game, leave a like, leave a comment, say what you thought about the match, subscribe to the channel if you'd like, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.